Good morning, sunflower. So, what's my camera doing? Okay, we're going to do your in-depth personal reading, and this is a past, present, future kind of reading. And how we do it is we lay down a couple of cards from the tarot for the past, and then we do, it's usually 2, 3, and 4. 2 for the past, 3 for the present, 4 for the future on the tarot. And then each stack, past, present, and future, gets 2 oracle cards. And then usually you get 2 science of mind on each past, present, and future. And then you also get 1 goddess card on past, present, and future. Sometimes spirit throws out an extra card, so we'll see what happens. All right, starting with the tarot. And this is a little bit different because I'll just stack them up over here as they come out, and then we'll go through and read past, present, and then future. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing a message for Kenny today. You know the names. For Kenny and everyone in that timeline, for the highest possible outcome and the most healing to show up, for the highest good of all. Thank you. Can I get 2 of these cards for the past position? And there they are. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Can I get 3 of these cards for the present position, please? Something to bring about the most healing and love to that timeline for everyone in that timeline. How you like that? 3. Ha! And next, can I get 4 cards for the future position, for the highest good of everyone in Kenny's timeline? You know all of the names. You know the souls behind the names. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you to the highest holy angels and our ancestors of the highest white light for bringing messages that will bring about the highest possible outcome for everyone involved. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I don't like looking into the camera while I'm shuffling, because I see that I'm channeling kind of and my eye goes wandering off. So I just focus on something off in the distance. Pretend like I'm not here. Okay, there's the first card for the future. We need 3. We need 3 more. 2 more. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing cards for the highest possible outcomes for everyone involved. Something to bring about the highest path, the best outcomes, the most love, the most happiness. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for allowing my voice to bring healing to everyone who hears it. And thank you for allowing the river of love to flow for this reading, just like all the readings, for our healing and clearing and transmuting. I sound like there was a kerfluffle. That's funny. I need 1 more for the future position from this deck of cards. There, we got it. Yep. All right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. All right, now we'll do the oracles. I'm going to get 2 oracles for each past, present, and future. Oops. The card popped out with the lid. Let's see what it was, just for curiosity. Okay. Now, thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing out messages from this deck to further clarify the past position. Thank you, as always, for your guidances and your protection. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing messages for Kenny and everyone in that timeline. Wow. I need 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 came out all at once. All right, now the whole deck just fell apart in my hands. Let's try that again. I am not surprised about that. That's amazing. So I'll go through and tell you here in a second what's what. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing something out to provide the most healing and the best possible outcome. All right, from this deck, and we are done. Now we're going to move on to the science of mind and see what we get here. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, highest holy angels and our ancestors of the highest white light for bringing out 2 cards each for the past, present, and future position. For Kenny, Lala, and everyone in that timeline, you know all the names and the souls behind the names. Thank you, as always, for your guidance and protection. Thank you for allowing my voice to bring healing to everyone who hears it. Sorry. All right. All right, let's leave that like that. That's the past. There was 3 cards they gave me. They were trying to do something, they said, and I had turned the cards a different direct. Like, usually I shuffle like this, and then I was. But then I turned the cards to where I was shuffling like this. And I guess it messed up their whatever they had. Whatever they had happening. They have things happening. Thank you for bringing one more card out for the present position from this deck. For the highest good of everyone. The one, the all, the we, but especially the sunflower. Let's see. I need 3. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing these messages. I must have messed up what they had going on. What did I do? All right, now I need 2 for the future position. At least 2, whatever you decide. You know how it is. All right, now. Those 2 came out with the words up, so that's the 2 we'll use. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we're going to get 1 from the goddess deck for each pile. You want 2? 2 from the goddess deck for each pile. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing messages for Kenny at this time. Sunflower, the soul, you know who, and everyone in that timeline, to bring about the most healing and love for everyone involved. Ooh, my stomach just clenched up. My mouth started watering. I feel sick to my stomach. Okay, we don't need all that. Let's clear all that for me and for Kenny, Lala, and everyone in that timeline. The stomach thing, let's take that right on out. I'm gonna take mine out. I'm gonna take yours out. Blow some love in the holes. Fill it up with love salve. And then it'll heal right up. Oh, there it is. Ah, okay. Is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4 at once. Okay. Made sure there wasn't all of them at once, or the last 5 at once. The first one, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at once. So if one more would have come out, I would have gotten all of the cards in one big throw. Wouldn't that have been amazing? But good try, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels of the highest order, the holiest of angels. Thank you to our ancestors of the highest white light for guiding us and protecting us and bringing us the guidance and the truths that we need to see. I need 1 more at least for the future position. clarify and magnify whatever you want us to look at. Boy, my crown chakra is... like the tickles are like, it feels like my hair, like when it tickles my face, but it feels like it's in my scalp and everywhere. It's really weird. The upgrades have been super duper duper duper, super de duper, let me tell you. That's why I had to take a time out. They needed to install my upgrades. Download and install and reboot. I need another car. I'm not taking 6. I need another card. Alright, I'll take 2. Jiminy Christmas. Alright, let's see what's what here. Mercy. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing out any kind of channelings that you would like to bring out for Sunflower today. For the highest good of everyone in that timeline. For the best possible outcomes. For the most healing and love to show up. Thank you. Alright, so for the past position, I'll just go ahead and read them as they like the most recent back to the thing. Okay, so the first goddess is Mary, and then Bast. And then you got recognize simplicity, the universe is with you, and how to live. Then you got sacredness, the light worker, not surprised about that, insight, dance of the crystalline rainbow fairies. And then you got the 7 of earth and the elder of air. That's past position. All right, let's see. For the current position, we got Venus, Lilith. Wow. The mind within. Today is new. Peace, guardian of the earth rainbow. Wisdom, dream flight. And then we got tarot cards. We got the explorer of water, the child of water, and the hermit in the reverse. For the future position, we got Hina. Ooh, she's a Polynesian goddess right here. And we got Artemis. And we also got the Sphinx. Then we got push or pull. The spirit is alive. Then we got harmony. Atlantis 2. Optimism, unicorn rainbow. And then for the tarot, you got 4. You got the 6 of fire in the reverse. And then you got the ace of air in the reverse. Then you got the 10 of fire in the reverse. And then you got number 4, the builder, also in the reverse. So those are all shadows. So there's going to be some shadow work in the future for sure. Or shadow work to get to the best possible future, is what I just heard. Okay, so let's start off with the tarot. Put these. All right, so the first one out was the Elder of Air on the shadow side for the past position on the tarot cards. And it says, loneliness, self-pity, or even illness can cause someone to forget how to commune with the wisdom of the world. This may lead to headaches or forgetfulness or even memory loss. A sense of isolation or being cut off from others may be in play. This may encourage someone to cultivate an aura of mystery for ego reasons, making matters worse. However, music or an emphasis on fairness may restore spirits. I forgot to say, this can be you or someone you know. But this is in the past position on this reading. The affirmation, I am a song of peace and healing in the world. All right. Then we got the 7 of earth in the upright in the past position. And it says, it may be time to set a goal for yourself that involves long-term planning on a practical level. Don't expect to see results immediately, but be content to know that you are working slowly and steadily toward your goal. Be patient. You're not on your own timeline here. Instead, you're on Mother Earth's schedule. You're learning to live in sync with her rhythms and cycles. Trust that your efforts are worthwhile even if you don't see the fruits of your labors for a very long time. Like a red cedar sapling reaching toward the sky, transforming a clear cut into a temperate old-growth rainforest. Well, that takes a lot of time. And the affirmation, I trust that my efforts are growing to fruition in their own good time. And then the first card out on the oracles was Insight, Dance of the Crystalline Rainbow Fairies. This is past position. You're someone you know. This image celebrates the exploration of the deepest core of our being. We are called to embrace all the aspects of ourselves we discover and lovingly bring them to this present moment to heal, appreciate, and share. Search deeply and find something hurtful in your past that you are hanging on to and can't seem to forget. Make a commitment to forgive and release it. Hourly, for the next few days even, if it takes it. Hold the incident or person in a beautiful pink ball of light. Choose to forgive. Choose to release it. Choose to love and be free of it. Feel that wonderful emotion. Keep doing this until you break through. Special message. There is someone or something that you may be very critical of. You are being inspired to try to understand it and make peace with it. You use a lot of your life force maintaining a level of arrogance about it. Free yourself from it. And then sacredness, the light worker. This image celebrates our sacred space within where we can commune with the Holy of Holies. It calls us to frequent this place deep in our heart where the divine resides. Solidify this sacred connection and bring it into our daily lives. Set up a small sacred space or altar in your home to honor the divine in your life. Commit to spend a little time there each day to pray, meditate, and connect with your divine creator. Special message. You're being inspired to honor the divine within you and not take for granted who you really are. With sincere reverence and respect, go within and ask the Creator to reveal to you your divine light. Now shine forth to all. How lovely. Then we got the first one out. To learn how to think is to learn how to live. And then, all the power of the universe is with you. Feel it, know it, and then act as though it were true. And then, if we try to find something difficult to grasp, then we shall never grasp it, because we shall always think of it as being incomprehensible. The mind which we discover within us is the mind that governs everything. This is the thing itself, and we should recognize its simplicity. Yes, what you think is true for you. So think the positive things. Don't dwell on the past. Don't think about negative things. Release everyone. Forgive everyone. Let all of that go. And that will bring you to your best possible outcome. Okay, so on the goddess deck for the past, we got Bast, the meow meow. Bastet or Pasht was the Egyptian goddess who appeared in cat form. The Egyptians highly revered cats. The word for cat, Mao, also denoted light and was cognate with the word for mother. The cat is a lunar animal and also a solar animal representing the power of the sun as reflected in nature. Since the cat is an earth animal, Bast is also an earth mother goddess, a giver of life and abundance. In touch with her wild instinctual nature, she is also a protector of women during childbirth. Like a cat, she is fiercely independent and belongs to no one but herself. Bast is one of the more joyful goddesses. Her elaborate festivals in the town of Babustis were renowned for their joyful dancing. Embodying a cat's gentler aspects, Bast is a personification of life and fruitfulness. The quintessential life-affirming mother, she reminds us to be playful and relaxed like a cat, and to find occasions to celebrate life. And then Mary, which this one is a sideways card. Mary is most closely allied to the Middle Eastern moon goddesses. Like them, she is a creator goddess, associated with both the heavens and the sea or other waters. She is worshipped by Catholics as the moon of the church and as Stella Maris, the star of the sea. Throat spider. The moment of the Annunciation is when she confronts the truth of her own great creativity, symbolized by Gabriel, the angel of truth, made from fire. I just read this card recently. Was it for... might have been for... I don't know. This is the moment at which she accepts the imperative to create, the need to bring forth life from the very center of her being. Mary is the goddess, as womb, as source of all life and of regeneration. She is the mother of mercy and infinite compassion, the one we turn to in times of need. She is a reminder that compassion toward oneself fosters creativity. She reminds us to be gentle with ourselves. Nice. Nice. All right. Now for the present position. There. Wait. Now they're in the order they fell out in. Okay, first one out. Explorer of Water is first. And it's in the upright. This is the present position now. We are in the present times. And I can't find the page. There it is. Okay, so this is a joy that comes from within and is not dependent on outer circumstances. The explorer of water is romantic and charming, and others are drawn to the deep well of peace inside them. They love yoga, meditation, and any of the mystical arts. They express their deep feelings and spirituality through art, music, or dance. They flow with great compassion for others and imagine things as they could be. Quote, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one." End quote. The affirmation, "I am riding the deep waves of joy and peace in my life." Just read this one recently too. Next is the child of earth in the upright. The child of earth is fascinated by the natural world and is learning new ways to connect with it. Perhaps he is learning to sit still at a secret spot and observe the changes from day to day and season to season. Or perhaps he's decided to grow his own food. He may be concerned with health issues and is starting a new way of eating or a new exercise program. Or he may be learning how to take care of his money and other resources responsibly. The affirmation, "I find my center when I connect to my body and the natural world." And then the last tarot for the present position is number 9, the Hermit on the shadow side. So let's see here. It says, some people are afraid of being alone, fearing what they might do or not do if left to themselves. But without some solitude, we have difficulty reconnecting to our authenticity. Let me read that again. Jiminy Christmas. This is funny because you are currently hermiting. Some people are afraid of being alone, fearing what they might do or not do if left to themselves. Without some solitude, we have difficulty connecting to our authenticity. On the other hand, too much isolation and reclusiveness can lead to loneliness or unhappiness. There may be an opportunity for a personal retreat, but it might seem unaffordable or overindulgent. Find a way to make it happen because it is necessary for your spiritual health. The soul lesson themes, which may be upside down for you. Solitude, retreat, withdrawal, introspection, silence, wisdom and experience of age, communion with the natural world, replenishment, guiding light, the lunar male in contrast to strength as the solar female. The journal questions for you to write down and ponder carefully for this one. When was the last time, if ever, I spent a full day and night absolutely alone? How can I get away from everyday life to spend time alone? Where can I go on retreat? What are the elements of a great retreat? How do I feel about being alone? What are the riches I find in solitude? How do I feel about the aging process? What lessons do the spirit animals have for me? Am I ready to return to the world to share my light and knowledge? The affirmation, I retreat from the world in order to refresh my spirit. And then the first oracle for the present position. Where did I put the book? Oh. All right. It's wisdom, dream flight. It's the Pegasus. I think wisdom is the last book, last page in the book. Yep. This image celebrates the ability to see the beauty and positive aspects of all challenges. It calls us to respect them as teachers, find and understand the lesson, and become a better person because of them. Take an inventory of the personal challenges and obstacles you have faced and look at them through the eyes of pure honesty. What have you learned from each of these challenges? Sorry. Throat spider. So this next thing is very important, I guess. Oh, where was I? Okay. What have you learned from each of these? Did you become bitter or better because of it? If you have become bitter because of something, you can now in this moment choose to recommit to become better because of it. You can. Special message, you're being inspired to hold a more positive image about yourself, what you do, and who you are. You are a divine being of light and love. Remember that, and most of all, be that. Yes, these are good messages. Awesome. And then we got peace, guardian of the earth rainbow. This image celebrates humanity taking its place in the universe as peaceful, loving beings and responsible caretakers of our magnificent home, a planet we call Earth. Vow to yourself today to do your part as a peaceful, loving being. Choose to take the high road in all that you do. See yourself as an ambassador lifting the planet's vibration to a higher, peaceful place. Yes. Special message, you're being inspired to take all your interactions you have with people to a higher level. Express peace and understanding to them inwardly before you even open your mouth to speak. Oh, good. And then we got, today is new, and I am newly awakened in it, and I believe with dauntless faith that my good in full measure comes to me from God today. The mind within does the real seeing, the real interpreting of what the eyes look upon. And then you got Lilith. Lilith is a Middle Eastern goddess of abundance, fertility, and fecundity, the giver of agriculture to humans. The first woman created and the first wife of Adam. She refused to be subordinate to Adam in any way. This is my card for me. This is who I am. Don't tell anyone. I said that at 27:55. Lilith is associated with the owl. A figure of darkness and deep wisdom, for she is also a goddess of death and transformation. She is sometimes represented as a demonic figure, for her dark wisdom and her sexual energy can be very threatening. She is known to appear as a frightening figure in dreams. Lilith is associated with the lotus, and the symbolism of that flower tells us much about her. The lotus, an exquisite flower that grows out of dark, rank, decaying earth, represents spiritual unfolding and the blossoming of the heart of wisdom. Like the lotus, Lilith challenges us to look upon our dark side and incorporate it into our wholeness so that our great beauty can blossom forth. Wow, these are such good cards. And then you got Venus, the Roman goddess of grace and love, called Aphrodite by the Greeks. She evolved from an early Italian nature goddess, a bringer of spring blooms and vines, a goddess of growth and the beauty of nature. The goddess of desire. That's weird, you got two different sexual-based goddesses. Kinda. Yeah. The goddess of desire, Venus, was the irresistible personification of both physical and spiritual love. She gave her name to the second planet of dawn and dusk, as did her sister goddesses, Inanna, which is Sumeria, and Ishtar, which is Babylonia. The story of Venus's birth tells how she arose naked from the sea, the source of all life, primordial creation, and a symbol of both the collective unconscious and of eternity. It is a wonderful image for the emergence of a young woman into her full femininity. Venus is a striking affirmation of the love of beauty and the pleasure of the senses. Risen from the sea, she is a guide through both the stormy and calm waters of our physical desires and emotions. Wow. Energy is huge. I'm having a hard time sitting still. And now we'll go to your future position. I do this that way they are in the order that they fell out. The proper order. There we go. Six of Earth. I mean, what? The Six of Fire was the first one out, and it's in the shadow. And it says, now this is the future. You may be burned out and exhausted and fearful of joining with others in a sacred dance. You may feel that you have nothing to offer. Your inner fire is burning low and you need to be revitalized. Seek out the people and places that will light your fire once again. Ooh, what were we talking about? Leaving behind what you're currently in. Affirmation, I passionately celebrate myself and my tribe. You've got to find your actual tribe, the people who support you, lift you, and make you feel loved. Ace of Air came out next, and it's also in the shadow side. You would prefer to stay warm and cozy in the chrysalis and not go through the coming metamorphosis. Your mind and heart are in disagreement. Your challenge is to find within yourself the determination to take flight. I think these are all things that need to be looked at in order to get to the highest possible outcome for your future. Affirmation, I am blossoming with new ideas and decisions. And then the Ten of Fire on the shadow came out. It says you can only focus on the devastation and loss and see no hope for the future. This is a time for trust and for patience until you see the seedlings emerge from the ashes. The affirmation, I release what is finished and clear the way for rebirth. Wow. And then you got number 4, the Builder, in the shadow side. This is the Emperor in reverse. This is structures, boundaries, and foundations in the reverse, upside down. So it says this is a leader who either stifles or micromanages. He or she may prefer a power over, autocratic style of leading. Someone in authority may be too harsh or too emotional or have trouble making decisions. Who is attempting to exploit anything or anyone? Someone may be having difficulty with setting limits or boundaries, making abusive behavior possible. This may also indicate a negative attitude towards fatherhood. The soul lesson themes, which might be upside down. I got a tickle in my throat as I was reading the one that says acting responsibly. I don't know why. Okay, so leadership, stability, defining limits, authority, masculinity, giving direction, protector and provider, fatherhood, logic, intellect, rationality, structure, rules, discipline, civilization, and culture, creating order, goal-oriented, administration, organization, and acting responsibly. This might be someone you need to walk away from in order to have the best possible future, and I think you and I both know who that is. The upside down fatherhood. The journal questions for you to write down and ponder carefully. What am I building? What needs structure in my life? Are my boundaries strong and in place? What kind of a leader am I? What is my style of leadership? How do I feel about sharing power with others? How am I acting responsibly? How am I creating culture? How do I create sustainability? What did my own father teach me? How am I like or unlike him? The affirmation, I wield my power with wisdom based on discipline, knowledge, and respect for all that is. Wow, this is a profound message right here, honey. And then we go to the Oracle cards. I think it's really important. Spirit is saying it's really important for you to make some major, major changes. You have to walk away from the things that are dragging you down, you know. All of these responsibilities that are on you are not feeding into your love and joy. First card out on the oracles is Optimism, Unicorn Rainbow. This is the future. This image celebrates our ability to find magic and wonder in our everyday life. We have to have a life that sustains that sort of thing. It calls us to appreciate all that our body and mind can do so that we never take any of this for granted. Find the sacred in the mundane. No matter how boring or drudgery-filled a task is, delight in how your hands and fingers do the action. Have gratitude for your brain as it calls out the order of action. Observe how you accomplish these little tasks, and be in total gratitude for the ability to do them all. Gratitude is how we get to the best possible place in our lives. Yeah, be grateful for what we have, so the universe can bring us more goodies. Special message: you're overlooking an area or organ of your body that is in need of your attention. You are being inspired to find this area and address its needs. Feed it, cleanse it, give it what it needs to be balanced and whole again. The whole of you will rejoice and feel great. And then your last oracle card for the future position is Harmony. Atlantis 2 is the name of the illustration. This image celebrates all the other environments and societies that we share our planet with. It calls us to open our hearts to tolerance and understanding, and put forth an effort to live in harmony with all life forms on this planet. Try to look at the other species on this planet as being co-inhabitants and sharing the earth with us. Get a bird feeder and feed the birds. Give a donation to an animal or environmental group. Make it a point to learn something new about the life under the sea, in the sky, or on the land. Now, joyfully share it with someone. The special message: you are being inspired to be a little more tolerant towards some creatures you do not like or are afraid of. Learning about them and trying to understand them may open up a whole new appreciation of them. Oop. And then we have: there is no stagnation in spirit, nor should there be any in our idea of spirituality. To be spiritual is to create. The spirit is alive, conscious, aware, and active. At all times, we are either drawing things to us or pushing them away. And then the first goddess card is the Sphinx. The Sphinx is an ancient moon goddess, the goddess of birth and death. Part animal, part human, she remains connected to her deep instinctual nature. Most stories emphasize her aspect as a death goddess who carries the dead to the underworld. Often portrayed as a lion, she shares in the solar and regal symbolism of that animal. Her role as an oracular deity given to enigma and riddles points to her as a keeper of the great mystery. A symbol of strength, wisdom, and royal power, she reminds us that nothing comes to creation without some destruction, and that sometimes, to solve a mystery, we must enter the darkness. This image reminds us that there is beauty even in the heart of that which terrifies. Even in the worst circumstances, we can look at that and learn something from it. Let go of the anger, bitterness, resentment, fear, guilt, grief, shame, whatever's attached to that situation. We need to heal that and release it and just learn the lesson, whatever that lesson may be. Sometimes the only lesson you can get from something is how strong you are to get through it, how strong you are to have survived it. And look at you go. Artemis, the archaic mistress of animals, probably dates back to Paleolithic times. Her realm is the wildness, and her concern extends to all wild, untamed things. She presides over the hunt and is the goddess of hunters. Fiercely individualistic and independent, she remains apart from relationship to men. Despite her fierceness, she is addressed as a healing and soothing goddess. Protector of births, she alleviates the suffering of women in childbirth. She is also responsible for the initiation of young girls. Artemis is a wonderful symbol of female independence. She reminds us of the value of solitude and the importance of wild, unprotected places. She shows us those frightening places that bring healing even through fear. And then the last card for your reading is Hina. Hina is said by some to be the greatest of Polynesian goddesses. In certain tellings, she is the original creator of the world, the goddesses and gods, and human beings. One story tells of her love affair with an eel who is killed. She buries his head, and several days later the first coconut tree springs forth from the grave. Hina is perhaps best known as the woman who lives in the moon. There she creates beautiful tapa cloth from the bark of the mulberry tree, which we see as clouds surrounding the moon. Hina represents that part of ourselves that creatively brings forth nourishment, even in the midst of what appears to be death and decay. Wow, that was a fantastic reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Thank you for sharing and clicking the hearts on all of the things. Thank you for liking this video on YouTube also for me, please. I would appreciate that. Don't forget to drink plenty of water. Hug people with both of your arms. Give them the bear squeeze. And then make sure you get out there and love somebody. And I'll see you next time.